Good morning and happy Monday. And thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Randy Ramsey, the Executive Director of Southwest Alternate Media Project, filling in for Todd Duplantis this morning, who is away. Lucky man. But I'm lucky because I've got my co-host today, Diana Barrero Burgos. I'm sure I murdered your name because I'm the murderer of all names, our HCC Southeast Communications Director. And she's going to tell you how you can find us all the time, not just right now.
Right. Good morning, Randy, and good morning, everyone. We are inviting everyone to find us live on Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube. We're also on X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. How are you, my friend? It's been a while.
It has been like way too long, like months and months. How have we not coincided?
I have
But,
no idea.
Todd needs to go away more often, I think. That's my
I think
solution.
so too. Well
Then I
deserved.
get to, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, he gets to do all the fun stuff. He goes on vacation, he hangs out with the chancellor. Okay, it's fine. I'm not bitter. Well, I'm super excited because we're continuing workforce development. September is Workforce Development Month, and we are talking about how HCC can help folks stay safe at work. And to do that, first, we're going to interview somebody else, but Adelaida Mayorga, right? Did I murder your name, Adelaida? Who is the Acting Program Coordinator for Industrial Technology and Energy NCCER Master Trainer. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited. Like, I love our workforce development program so much. And we will be back to you in about 10-ish minutes, but hang in there because for Film Friday, we have a special guest to enlighten us on the 80th anniversary of the Beaumont race riot that has inspired some really important films. And he is a pretty cool dude. So I hope that you all will join me in welcoming Gordon S. Williams, Lamar University TV Operations Manager, instructor, and series creator of Beaumont's Black History in Moving Pictures. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Gordon.
Good
But
morning.
before we get to the subject at hand, I'm going to toot your horn a little bit because you are seriously awesome. You're an award-winning content creator whose projects have screened at over 70 film festivals. You have distribution deals with Amazon Video and Shorts International, and you've received a congressional commendation for the work we're about to discuss and for developing content creators and media professionals at Lamar University. I was so excited when I met you at that Impact event. How have we not met before?
It's been a long time since I've been in the Houston scene networking, so I'm working my way back into it. So I'm trying to go to as many events as possible and meet great people like you.
Well, I'm super excited. I'm going to drive up hopefully next week and see you get over at Lamar University, which will be super cool. It's been a while since I've been up in Beaumont, but I like it. June was the 80th anniversary of the 1943 Beaumont race riot. Not an anniversary that's like celebratory, but one that we should absolutely mark because it's very important and I don't think well known enough. It is what inspired the award-winning historical fiction short, The Example. So can you tell us about a panel discussion that you participated in on that and about the project in general?
So in 19, well, let me go back to
Yeah, tell us about the race riots first, because a lot of people haven't heard about it.
Yes, so in 1943, Beaumont was a huge shipbuilding manufacturer for World War II. So that was bringing different ethnicities into the area for work. That caused housing shortages, food was being rationed, blacks and whites were having to live and work in close proximity and actually compete for jobs at the shipyard. There were two events that happened, an alleged rape and another rape that happened in June of 1943, which created tension, along with there being a planned Juneteenth celebration right around the same time that the KKK was planning a regional meeting. So,
yeah, the KKK had a really large presence in the area at the time, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So that last incident of the alleged assault, a suspect was arrested and taken to the police department. It was a daughter of a shipyard worker. When the men at the shipyard found out about it, they crossed the bridge to come into downtown, and the police would not turn over the alleged assailants. So they were upset. A mob of 2,000 to 3,000, 4,000 went into a Black neighborhood close to downtown and destroyed homes and businesses. So Beaumont was under martial law for 3 days. And I'm curious about the effect that that event had on this area and this city, and there's no real way to tell.
Right. I mean, the long-term, long-lasting effects on that community, living in fear, never feeling comfortable, that's got to have a long-term effect. And so is that part of the ongoing projects that you're working on, or is that just the most recent?
Well, the example was actually created in 2016. We premiered it. And Wyatt Cagle and Kenneth Dupuy, my fellow co-producers, if you would have told us that 7 or 8 years after releasing this project, we would still be talking about it, we would have been shocked and amazed. So we've taken the example and paired it with another project that's about Beaumont, titled They Will Talk About Us, a Charlton Pollard Story, which is actually created by students and staff here in the Department of Communication and Media at Lamar University.
You know what? I'm really excited because I haven't seen that yet, but I know that isn't there some screenings coming up, or did I miss the last one?
No, we are going to screen on Sunday at the Gulf Coast Film Festival down in Clear Lake, and we have a screening coming up in Lake Charles in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I knew there was some coming up. So talk to me about that. They Will Talk About Us.
It is a story about the oldest Black neighborhood in Beaumont. The community was built on education by former slaves, and it's about the origins of the community, how they thrived. They generated their own revenue that stayed within the community. There were artists that came through on the Chitlin circuit, like James Brown and Jimi Hendrix, the Shy Lights, and another number of other artists that came into the area. So many compared it to a mini version of Tulsa.
Yeah, which is famously known as Black Wall Street.
Correct.
Yes. Well, it's so interesting because we don't think about Beaumont as being quite the draw that it had been. Like we in Houston always think of it like our little brother. Oh, Beaumont.
Well, there's a lot of interesting stories here. And of course, Spindletop and oil is always mentioned when people hear Beaumont. But I think there's an opportunity for creative people to tell stories about this area in general. I think there's a gap between creatives and historians, and hopefully that gap can be bridged and more of these stories can be told.
Right, because you're working on Beaumont's Black history in moving pictures.
Yes, that's the two projects that we're taking to colleges and universities, doing lectures, and we're talking about everything from the history to media production. So it crosses several different disciplines.
That's so cool. And you have an event next week, right?
Yes, I'm actually going to Texas State University in San Marcos. We're going to be screening the example there on campus, and then they will talk about us at a community event later that Thursday night.
Well, that's so exciting. So that's exciting. And I think it's great. And I love Texas State, and what a great campus too. But really quickly as we wrap up, because like there's so many more things we could talk about, but what's next for you? What's in development right now?
Currently working on a documentary about salsa dancing. I host a salsa event here in Beaumont called Salsa at Cotton Creek Winery, and we were going strong for 11 and a half years until the pandemic. So for 2.5 years, this community did not have a place to connect. So we decided to document our first night back in November 2022. So we've done some interviews and shot some pretty dance stuff, and I'm working on the story now. So that is the next project.
Oh, I'm so excited. You're still doing salsa night then?
Yes, we're there once or twice a month. Actually have a salsa event tonight in Beaumont at another venue. So we have a community here. It's a very diverse community from 18 to 78. We have people coming in to just enjoy life and connect.
So wait. Where can I find you salsa dancing in Beaumont? Because I'm terrible, but I do love it. How much fun is that?
If you go to Beaumont on Facebook, we have a group there that kind of tells people about all the events that we have going on in the area, plus where you can take lessons.
And will you have this ready for next year's Hispanic Heritage Month, perhaps?
That would definitely be the goal. We will be experiencing in November 2024 the 15th anniversary of Salsa at Cotton Creek Winery. So if things align, that would definitely be huge.
That'd be a terrific premiere for Hispanic History Month. Nice.
Indeed.
Well, Gordon, I would love to have you back. You do so much stuff. I'm so excited. Thank you, Gordon Williams, Lamar University TV Operations Manager, Instructor, Series Creator of Beaumont's Black History and Moving Pictures. So much more. Award winner, salsa dancer, documentarian, filmmaker. He does it all. Gordon, so good to see you. And I'm super looking forward to coming out to see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we're moving on. Can you believe that, Diana?
Let me tell you something. I think if people would have seen my face when I heard that he is a salsa dancer and they do this salsa scene in Beaumont, I promise you, everybody would have been like stunned, because I am a big time salsa dancer. And there's my phone ringing.
And my one regret is I didn't ask him if he was single. I'll find out. I got all you girls in mind. I know.
Okay,
well, Addie, that's a hard act to follow up, but I have faith in Addie for sure.
We got this, Addie. Well, now moving on, I want to introduce a wonderful colleague, Adelaida Mayorga. And Addie, you are the program coordinator, industrial technology and energy, HCCTV master trainer. That's a mouthful right there. Welcome to the show, Addie. Everyone wants to be safe at work, and we are talking about workforce training, and especially here at HCC, we have a huge training programs. And the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, better known as OSHA, provides rules and guidelines for keeping workers safe. So can we talk a little bit about why is it so important for OSHA education and training anywhere in the work field?
Absolutely. Again, thank you for having me. I'm a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor. So good question. Well, first, let me get started with a quick history lesson for those that may not know. So OSHA, as we know today, was created as the Occupational Safety and Health Act, signed into law by President Richard Nixon in 1970. It was created to address the increase in workplace illnesses, fatalities, and injuries before the periods of 1970. So there was no real law really protecting workers and enforcing employers to create a safe workplace for their employees. OSHA education now, of course, today informs workers of the greater understanding of the safety and health programs, along with understanding their rights as workers and the obligation employers must follow to ensure zero incidents and injuries on the workplace. Then, of course, training is important to know how to identify those potential hazards or accidents waiting to happen in the workplace, then taking the preventive measures to mitigate the accident before it happens. So it's all about making the workplace that much safer by creating a safety conscious mindset. And as we say in industry, going home the same way you came to work.
Exactly. That is so true. Every morning I say that to my husband. So, but when we're talking about the workplace, we assume that only those with technical type of jobs need OSHA training. Is that correct? Or who needs actually OSHA training?
Another good question. So generally there's two types of industry trainings that we offer. So the first one is being the general industry. That industry is targeting more towards manufacturing, warehousing, retail, and healthcare industry workers. The second one is construction industry. So this training is more specific to residential, commercial, and industrial construction. And there's also two levels of training as well. We have a 10-hour training. This is often designated for entry-level workers, someone that's new and entering the field. And as the 30-hour training is the second one that we offer, this aims to offer a more extensive and diverse experience with additional training topics. And of course, the 30 hours is designed for more of supervisors and managers that are over worker safety. Now, while OSHA itself does not mandate a 10 or 30-hour trainings, workers in the industries that I have mentioned are, of course, encouraged to undertake the training. So it's an added benefit to have as a credential, and companies just love to see their current employees and possibly new applicants as well applying for the positions within the company to have a 10 and 30.
That is so important. All the requirements and definitely following the standards of industry standards, of course. So let me ask you something, Addie. How about, there's so many places where you can find the training, right? But there's specific training places that have a better reputation. They're credible institutes. Why is that important to seek out a reputable and credible training institute?
Of course. Well, OSHA never certifies anyone for credentialing. What OSHA does approve is granting education centers the means of delivering and becoming a reputable OSHA outreach training institute. So there are only 2 outreach training institutes here in Texas that train and credential instructors to deliver OSHA 10 and 30-hour trainings. The first one being the University of Texas at Arlington, and the second one being the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Services, which is TEEX. And this information can be found on OSHA's website. So as mentioned, of course, there's many trainings offered, and there's also many gimmicks in OSHA trainings as well. So if the title says OSHA certified training, especially for a cost that can't be beat, I would be hesitant to take that training, especially because OSHA never certifies anyone. And most likely the training provider is not an approved OSHA sanctioned outreach training institute as the ones mentioned. So it's always important to know the accrediting body that you're receiving your OSHA credential from.
I think that is also very important. So I'm talking a little bit and tying in HCC to this whole conversation. How does HCC Industrial Technology and Energy Department deliver comprehensible and relatable and also credible OSHA training?
Yes. So one thing that ITE, the Industrial Technology and Energy, ITE prides itself on is our industry training professionals, our adjuncts. Of course, they have the extensive knowledge and experience in what they teach. They are our trusted source for information because of their background on bringing real workforce training from the field straight to the classroom and making that connection, of course, for our students early on to ask questions. And that's one thing that outreach training institutes are big on, the opportunity for students to ask questions and receive real answers from instructors, something you don't really get from those self-paced online trainings. So, of course, it starts with our well-versed instructors that have been credentialed to conduct OSHA 10 and 30-hour courses for construction and or general industry. So all of our OSHA instructors are credentialed by the University of Texas at Arlington's OSHA Training Institute. And we also understand the demographics of students that come to us for training, depending on their line of work, whether they have certain job duties, their educational backgrounds, if they speak a different language. So our training is really for everyone, and it's clear for all learners to understand. And we want our students to take their newfound knowledge and transfer it to their workplace because, of course, their safety and the safety of others depend on it.
Addie, you're absolutely right. And talking about diversity, just a quick little question. And I also want to ask you how viewers can find all of this information. But my quick question is, do you offer classes in Spanish or any other language?
Yes. So currently we are offering classes in Spanish, Spanish and English. We are branching out to explore other languages that we usually we would get some type of inquiry about. One of our instructors now, he speaks about 3 languages, which includes Italian. So if there's any Italian speakers out there that are wanting OSHA training, of course, our instructor is well equipped to speak Italian and offer OSHA training in Italian.
Excellent. Well, Addie, thank you so much. And our viewers can find all the information after our show in our post. So we can definitely get you back again. Addie, I want to say thank you to you, Addie Mayorga, Program Coordinator, Industrial Technology and Energy, and NCER Master Trainer. And again, we will find all your information after our show. Thank you again, Addie. So good to see you, my friend. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Addie, so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I apologize for murdering your name. There's a wanted poster for me somewhere, like murderer of all names.
No, you were doing great. You were doing great, though, my friend.
We had great guests today. Like, how terrific is that? I feel like I need to go back to school or get some skills or something because I'm just lacking.
But we take that OSHA training, to be honest.
I should take that OSHA training because I could use it. I'm a hot mess all the time. We have some announcements before we wrap up, and it's been super fun. So Recipe for Success Student Life Tips are back. Several helpful workshops are available to assist students in improving their skills and study habits. Coming up next, AI Ethics and Responsibilities. That's Thursday at 2 o'clock, September 27th, all virtual. So can you do it in your jammies with your little fuzzy slippers on? Check our post after the show for more information.
You're absolutely right. We also have the Eagle Promise. Someone can earn their degree for free. Did you hear that? For free. Eligible students are encouraged to apply to the Eagle Promise program to learn how to earn their degree for free. The deadline is September 30th. All the information you can find after our show.
If you want to participate in the fall convocation, registration is open now. It is mandatory if you want to participate. So register now, 9 to 11:30 a.m. Friday, October 6th. That NRG Arena is our fall convocation. Check our post after the show for registration info. Should be a great, great day.
Yes. We also have something going on at Northeast, our Northeast College. We will have the faculty exhibition,
Converging ground level Northeast.
Thank you. I today my words are going at ground level. And this collection of paintings, drawings, and mixed media digital artworks is by faculty member Elizabeth DePue. This is only one of the faculty exhibitions now open around the HCC system. So I truly recommend it. This is going to go through November 3rd at the North Line Gallery, and it's free, guys. So you will find all the information after our show.
Yeah, we have great art available for free to the public. Our faculty is terrific. And if you love HCC, like I love HCC, our annual campaign has begun. It is themed I Love HCC this year, which spotlights the giving hearts of HCC employees, and it's trying to inspire everyone to make a personal donation in support of HCC students and programs. Payroll deduction is the easiest, gone before you know it was there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And there's some giveaway and drawings if you need a little further incentive. Check our post after the show for all the ways that you can give.
Okay, well, awesome. So Second Start has begun. Registration is still open through the fall in full swing. Smaller, more intensive semesters are still available, and all the courses are offered in person and online. We have online anytime, online on schedule, hybrid in person, hybrid lab, you name it, we got it. To learn more about our HCC programs and start dates and options, go to our website, hccs.edu/apply. So we have some coming up things, right?
Absolutely. And we're looking forward to seeing you all again next week. Coming up, Music Monday returns, and our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month continues with a Santana tribute band that'll be playing at an upcoming festival. And Mental Health Monday, we have an HCC counselor welcomed back for her regular monthly visit. Diana, it's been super great. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Thanks everyone for being with us.